Hello everyone, and welcome to our tutorial today with the Putnam County District Library. I'm Addie, and today I'm going to be covering how to shop online more safely. I put that more in there because we all do our best to be safe when we're browsing and doing things online, but there's no guarantee that any of these things will actually work. So I always start with this warning, this reminder when I do these tutorials about using different services online. Even if you do all of these safety tips that I'm going to give you today, you are still at risk for having your information stolen or being scammed. It is the risk of the modern digital world. Every time we use these services, myself included, we are putting ourselves at risk. So do some of these tips, do all these tips to protect yourself that I'm going to give you, but never forget what you're signing up for by using online shopping services. I also have a video on the library's Facebook and YouTube pages about how to create the best, most secure passwords. That's worth checking out. Some of that information is kind of a crossover or a carryover into what I'm going to talk about today, but that's another great way to protect yourself to the best of your ability, is having a really nice, secure password when you're doing anything online. So let's get started. I have 10 tips to cover with you today. So the first one is shop secure sites only. So the easiest way to know if it's secure is to check for that S at the beginning of the site's address, HTTPS. You want to see that S. If there is no S, then the site is not encrypted and your data will not be secure. So HTTPS. Very often there will also be a really little lock symbol if the S is there to mean it is a secure website. So you can look for the little lock symbol and for the S. The second tip is don't click on links. Don't fall for that urgent message. Beware of any emails, notifications, etc. that claim that there is an urgency or an urgent offer from a company. Don't click on the link. Don't call the number. Go directly to the company's website and see if that offer is also available on their website. If the offer is nowhere on the website, report the email as a phishing scam. So don't fall for that urgent click here now message. Number 3, if it seems too good to be true, it is. This goes for everything online. So just remember, nothing is free. And unfortunately, it's highly unlikely that anyone in the internet world wants to give you such a good deal on any product. They need to make their cut in their sales as well. So just beware. Don't get stars in your eyes. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Just be wary. Okay, number 4, take advantage of the reviews. So read the reviews. This is on everything. Amazon, other clothing company websites. Take advantage of the reviews that are there. Make sure if it's an unknown clothing company, for example, look for a brick and mortar address and phone number. Okay, so use the reviews, read the reviews. If somebody on there gives them 1 out of 5 stars and says it's a scam, just be wary. If all of them say that, definitely don't buy anything from there. Okay, so like I said, you can look for a brick and mortar address, a real life shop. If there's somewhere on the website, maybe you can read in like the About Us page or about our company, see if there's a phone number and an actual address for the shop, for the store. Which brings me to my next point. You can always call the merchant directly. Get my sheet out here. There we go. You can always call the merchant directly to confirm that they're legitimate. If there is not a phone number listed for a clothing or other merchandise store, that may be a red flag. Give the store a call before you purchase if you are unsure about its legitimacy. Okay, you can always call and make sure that somebody picks up the phone on the other end, and it's the true company. Number 6, using a credit card is better than a debit card, or you can use a third-party payment system or service like Google Pay or Apple Pay or PayPal. Which means you're not giving that merchant your credit card information directly. This is where that strong password information that I talk about in my other video, that's where this comes into play. So a credit card and PayPal are better than using a debit card. Those companies have more in place to protect you than perhaps your debit card might. So use your credit card or PayPal or Google Pay or something like that. Number 7, only fill out the required fields at checkout. Don't save your payment info in your profile or your account for a company if you have to create an account in order to purchase from them. They will probably ask for more information than they actually need to complete the transaction. So only fill out the fields with that asterisk, that star that indicates that it is required. Okay, so your first name, your last name, your email, your payment info, those are all going to be required, but sometimes they ask for other things that aren't, so don't give it to them unless it has that star there to complete the transaction. Number 8, check your bank account regularly. Okay, so check your previous transactions in your bank account. Look for any unfamiliar or strange withdrawals or purchases that perhaps you did not make. Get into the habit of regularly checking your bank account. You can also sign up for alerts that will notify you if your credit card has been used. It's usually an email or a text message. So if you go to the gas station, you pump, some gas in there, use your credit card, you will immediately get a text message that your credit card has been used. So it's kind of a nice system. So just be aware, be alert of, any transactions that maybe are not true to you, not made by you. Okay, number 9, don't make purchases via public Wi-Fi. Okay, don't buy on public Wi-Fi. You can browse or shop on public Wi-Fi, but do not purchase on there. Don't check your bank account. Don't check your PayPal account or any other personal account while you're on a public network either. I know it seems convenient that it's public. It's free. It seems great, but that convenience means that it's open to you and everyone else around you, including the people who may live next door or upstairs, who also have access to that open internet connection. Okay, don't check your important stuff on public Wi-Fi. And number 10, make sure that you are updating your computer and your phone and your iPad and all your devices' software. I know it's a little frustrating to get notified you have an update, you have an update, you have an update. It takes a while to do it, but updates are released to improve security and fight off new methods of cyber attacks. It is worth the time it takes to update and restart. Don't put it off. Okay, so when the system says ready for update or it's time for an update, go ahead and do it. Just take the time. It's there to protect you. They are trying to stay on top of all the new scamming systems. So, okay. I'm going to include a slide for my sources. I have a couple sources that I got compiled this list from. So I'm going to share those at the end here. So thank you for watching.